Hello and welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today I thought, because I've got a new toy which is the Spellbinders Glimmer Hot Foil Machine. So what I thought I'd do is I'd do a bit of an unboxing video because this is completely new to me. I've not tried it out yet, so I thought that'll show whether it's easy to use out of the box and you can see what you get in the box. So it's just arrived today. So let's see what we've got inside. Actually haven't even taken this out of the box yet, so you'll be seeing everything as I do. So I've watched a few videos on how to do this already, so I'm hoping that it'll be reasonably simple to sort out what I need to do. So I believe that that's a pickup tool so that you don't burn your hands. And then this is the main plate. And then I'm in the UK, so I've got the UK plug. So it comes with this plug attachment too. I've obviously gone for the EU version. I believe there's a US version as well. So I've just plugged that in. So let's get this. Okay, so it comes with these two hot foil plates. So there's a border and this one's a happy birthday one. Okay, I'm guessing that's the mat that you put on the plates after they're hot, so I'm going to put that to one side a second. So I've got some instructions. I'm going to quickly read the instructions, but obviously I'll skip through this. Okay, so I'm just going to take this out of here. I'm really loving the white and gold, so I'm just plugging this into the back of here. And then I can just switch that on. Oh, it's already on. There we go. So I'm switching it on. And I need to put this in as well. There we go. So that's in there. Okay, so I now have to wait for this platform ready light to go green. And while that's going green, I'm just going to cut a piece of card big enough to pop this on. Okay, so the platform ready light's now on, so now it says to put the plates on. So I want to line this up. So I want this in the middle. So then I can just press this timer button. So when this timer indicator light turns solid green, then we're good to go. Okay, so that's solid green now. So I need to put this down with the shiny side down. Then I'm going to place my cardstock over the top. And then it also comes with two shims. So then I need to pop it through my die cutting machine. So I'm going to take this out. And I'm going to bring in what you can see is my very old and well used Sizzix machine, which I believe it should be compatible with. So let's pop this through and see what we get. So I'm excited to see this, and I hope it comes out okay, because I know some of these things sometimes take a bit of practice. Oh, so that slipped. So I need to be careful of that next time. Let's see if we got a nice foil. Okay, so that does look nice and it's all pressed down. I think maybe it was pressing down a bit too much because I've got some of the foil in places that I didn't want it. So maybe I'll try again and maybe not put this thin shim in and see how that works. So let's try again. And pop that down. I'm actually going to turn it a little bit just because I had this bit of scratchiness up here. I didn't want that to ruin it. And I've cut down my cardstock a bit more this time too, so let's try that. And I'm going to try just this plate this time, so let's see how that works. So let's see, that might not work because it's not the suggested way of doing it. So I have got a much better image there, but I think that's probably where it slipped. So let's try it one more time. So then this is my fourth try. You can see I've still got a bit here, but this is much, much cleaner. So I'm going back to using both of these shims. So this time I'm going to see if I just need a slightly different shim. So I'm going to put on the gold foil. And then I'm going to put this on. I'm just using the back of the piece I've already used because I'm just testing it out. And put that on. And then I'm just going to use an extra piece of cardstock in here instead of this green shim. And then I'm going to use this one. So then I'm going to try again. I'm going to pop this over the top. And this time I'm going to put on two pieces of cardstock. One for the foil and one as a shim. So I've just set the timer for this one. I've gone away and just read these tips. And there's a couple of things I'm going to try because this is my last foiling attempt and it's pretty good, but you can see that where I'm imagining that this is where the plate has slipped. It's come that I've got some bits where I don't want them. So what I'm going to try this time is, I think I've got my shims right and stuff because I'm getting a nice impression, but I'm going to try taking it out of here because this jolts it a bit. So I'm going to take it out of there, and then this is very hot, but I'm trying to use just my nails. And then I've also trimmed this piece of foil down this time so that it fits the plate better. And then I'm going to put my two pieces of cardstock over the top. So one as a shim and one as the bit where we want to foil onto. And then I'm going to pop this on, and let's try that. And that is way, way better, but you can still slipped a little bit there. So let's try some tape this time. So I'm going to see if this works. The scrapbook.com mint tape, and it's just a really light tacky tape. Okay, so this is ready, so let's pop this over here. Let's try to stick it to that tape a bit, so that hopefully it doesn't slip as much. Let's take this out of here, and then we'll put on top a piece of cardstock and a shim. We'll put on this plate, and let's go run that through and see if that one works. And yes, that has produced a really beautifully foiled piece. I've got a few more plates, so let's have a little play with them and see if we can make some more things. So let's try one of these background ones. So this is the Spellbinders one, it's called Modern Lines. Okay, so let's pull this out. I'm not going to use the tape this time because I've only got the one die, so let's try it like that. So let's pop that over. You can see I've trimmed it to be pretty much the same size as my plate. So then I'm going to put this is some Night of Navy cardstock from Stampin' Up. So it's quite smooth, but let's see how it goes. So I'm just going to line that up on there too. And then I've cut this because I know that this works for me. I've cut this to a similar size to my plate so that I can just use that as my shim. I'll just keep that with my glimmer machine as my plate. So let's try and pop that through my machine. So you can see that's turned out really, really beautifully. So I feel like I found the perfect thing for my machine. You can see it's really beautiful even on this dark cardstock now. I think it's just about finding the right shims for your machine. That is really, really beautiful. And then I've also got this set, which is the Splatter sentiment set from Spellbinders, and this birthday is just so gorgeous, so I'm going to try that one, and I'm going to try it on the black cardstock that didn't work for me before because I think it was just the shims that I was using, so I'm going to try that out now. So let's take this out. I think this is one of the biggest, like the best things that I read from the Spellbinders book that's really helped me get a nice thing. Take it out before you put your foil and your cardstock on. That really seems to have helped. Gorgeous. So yeah, it's definitely just the shims that I was using, because look how beautifully that's come out. You can see that's like perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. So I would really say have a play. I'll go back to like some of my first ones. You can see how nice that is compared to my first ones. So this one, you can see this was where I was using that extra shim and I was getting all this over foiling, and it just meant that it was too big a shim for my machine. So if you're getting this kind of thing, then take something out. So I took out this plate and put in a cardboard shim instead. That worked for me, and again, every machine's going to be different. And then if you're not getting enough foiling, then try and put an extra shim in. And then, yeah, the biggest tips are take this out before you put all the stuff on top of your plate, and then hold it nicely while you go through the die cutting machine. And then also this this mint tape, which I'll link below, really, really seems to help if you want to keep plates in the same place if you're doing several plates together. As you can see, it took me a few attempts to get from this to this, but now I'm really happy and confident because I've got a few really nice ones now. And that final way of doing it for me and my machine has worked really nicely on 3 different types of cardstock with 3 different hot foil plates as well. It looks really, really gorgeous. I'm really happy with it now. So what I would say is experiment with your machine. I've not kept on bringing my die cutting machine into frame because it just wasn't really working very well bringing it in and out, but I haven't changed the way that I've put it through the die cutting machine since the first one, so I've just been putting it through just one time and winding it reasonably slowly but not super slowly. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video and that it's been useful for you. If you did, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see future videos. You can guarantee there'll be more foiling videos coming up because I'm loving this machine. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got new videos available. All of the products that I've used today are linked in the description below, and the links there are mostly affiliate links, so that means that if you click on them, then I will get a small commission at no extra cost to yourself, and that really helps me with creating more videos, so I'd really appreciate it if you're going to buy something if you click through those affiliate links. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.